It's Hannah Baker, live in stereo, and you're about to hear the story of my life, or more precisely, how it ended.
Hey, and welcome on Mondays. Today, you may have noticed, at least I hope, we're going to talk about 13 Reasons Why. I just finished watching the entire season 2, the entire series, and I really wondered how it actually ended into the book. So I read the book and I just ended it. Let's hop into the video. First, what is 13 Reasons Why? 13 Reasons Why it's about a girl, Hannah, that killed herself. She is sentenced to 12 persons, well no, to 11 persons, 13 tapes. There are 2 seasons in 13 Reasons Why, and each of them has 13 episodes. 12 persons involved, but only 11 of them will actually receive the tapes. One of those persons is Clay, the main character of the story, and we are with Clay on season 1 and we listen along with him what are on those tapes. So season 1 is all about those tapes. What happens in season 2? Season 2 it's all about Hannah's trial. In the end of season 1, Hannah's parents got those tapes and they listened to it. So they blame the high school for being the one that killed Hannah because they didn't pay attention enough, and that's why Hannah died, because they weren't able to help her. So that's what happens. Now we are going to talk about the difference between the book and the series. Actually, in the series, Clay takes a lot of time to listen to every tapes, while in the book, he actually takes only one night to listen to them all. In the series, he comes and still turns his Walkman. Clay is actually listening to all the 13 tapes all alone and only in one night, which means that in the series, we see him talking with Alex, with Jessica, with Justin, with Serie, with Courtney. He talks to everyone. In the books, actually, they never become friends. The only person he talks with is Tony. In the series, Sherry's on the 10th tape and Clay is just right after her. While it's the opposite. Clay is the 9th person receiving the tapes and Sherry will be the 10th one. He will send them by the mail. He will give the tapes to Sherry. And the other main difference is that Bryce, actually, we cannot really say that he raped Hannah. Because Hannah, like, it's on the 12th tape, so she's going home and she goes in front of Courtney's party. And she's with Bryce, so Courtney and Bryce are on the bathtub outside and they're taking a bath. But since Bryce is also asking her to come and that Hannah thought that it would be some sort of a revenge on her, I guess, she said, okay, I'm gonna go. But also, at this moment, she already wanted to kill herself. And the only thing that would push her more into killing herself was being raped by Bryce. Into the tape, she says that she knows that Bryce is going to rape her, that he's going to try stuff with her, and she comes along. Bryce goes near Hannah and starts kissing her or touching her or stuff like that. And at this moment, Courtney sees it and she goes away. So she knows that Hannah is going to get raped by Bryce and she leaves. She goes away. Hannah knows what's going on and she doesn't say anything or doesn't show or do anything in order to let Bryce know that she doesn't want to have sex with him. She came there on purpose. Now, the endings. In season 2, the last episode is about Jessica's trial. So there was a trial for Hannah from her parents in order to blame the school, and the judges actually choose to believe that the school wasn't involved. Like, they actually blamed Hannah's parents by saying that they should have been more careful. Hannah's parents actually lost the trial and everything. But a month later, there's Bryce and Jessica's trial, because Jessica told the police that she was raped by Bryce. But once again, even with every testimonies, Bryce is released and he has nothing. So both trials were lost by Jessica and Hannah's parents. Hannah never had real funerals. However, Hannah's parents come see, I don't remember how you say it, but he comes to see a churchman for a service and for Hannah's funerals. And Clay gives a speech. All along season 2, we couldn't stop seeing Clay and Hannah talking together. Clay always thinking that Hannah's still here and they would talk together. And when he delivers the speech on the service, then we see Hannah heading towards the lights, because I think that Clay has finally moved on and he finally let Hannah go. Even though the trial had no good ending, Hannah rested in peace, so it's sort of a happy ending for her. And after Hannah's trial and Hannah's funeral, you can see the other people going to prom. I'm gonna talk about a scene that actually you are all going to know which one I'm talking about. It's Tyler's scene. I always saw lots of people saying, I'm so shocked, there's the most shocking scene ever. And actually, I have a friend that loves 13 Reasons Why and that she saw it, so I asked her, what's that scene for? And then she tells me it's about Tyler, and well, you know what happens next if you've seen that episode. So that happens on the last episode. I was warned. I was shocked that was going to happen, but I was warned, and I viewed this scene, and this was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. I really almost threw up. I almost went to the bathroom because it was so violent. It made me sick, literally. It ended a little bit like in season 1. Like, Clay was going to get to class, and then he hears and sees Sky, and he skips school to go meet her, because actually with Hannah's suicide, he learns that there are signs of when someone wants to kill himself or herself. Clay understands that and he doesn't want to make the same mistake again. As I told you, like, Clay has to pass them on to Serie. There's Bryce and then there's Mr. Porter. So we actually don't know if they are going to listen to them all. We don't know what's going to happen when Mr. Porter is gonna have the tapes. We don't really know what's gonna happen. That means that her parents, Hannah's parents, they never knew and then we'll never know about the tapes. So we don't really know what is going to happen, and that's how it ends. Clay with Sky, the others never been friends. Did I like the book or the series more? It's a bit complicated to say, because I think that it's such a bummer that in the book, Clay, Jessica, Justin, Alex, in the end, they all became friends. But in the book, they never spoke to each other, so it's too bad. However, I like the books and the book better. Why? Because season 2 was completely imagined and invented by the producers. I really feel like there are so many plot twists or plot holes with season 2. In the book and in season 1, we see how Hannah's suffering, how Hannah's feeling all alone and she's lonely and she has nobody. While on season 2, you actually found out that Hannah had so many friends and that every boy in the school actually liked or had a crush on Hannah. It makes Hannah's story a little bit less trustworthy because she hates so many things. It doesn't go along with Hannah's story. I think there's something, it doesn't connect, it doesn't fit. I just know that authors, when they want to write a story, in order to make a good story, they have to know how it's gonna end. It's just like when you're driving. When you're driving, you have to look forward. You have to look at the end of the road if you want to go where you want. And if you look little by little the road, you might have accidents or you might skip roads that you should have taken. While if you look in the end, you perfectly know where you're going. And that's the same when you want to write a story. Anyways, just tell me in the comments what you thought about 13 Reasons Why. Have you read the book? Have you watched the series, season 1 and 2? Did you prefer the book? Did you prefer season 1 or season 2? What do you think also that might happen in season 3? Just tell me in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed the video that was not too boring. And goodbye!